x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about how things are going to be. And we've been thrown into uncertain times, and the face of education is changing. It's been changing for a long time, but we've embraced it with these classrooms for a long time, and it's time to expand out. And when we're expanding out, you have to realize there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be times when you're unsure of how to learn in this new way. And so I'm really going to ask that you would put forth your best growth mindset. If you use a growth mindset and you come across a problem or an issue, then it's just an opportunity to grow and maybe change the way that you learn. So I'm going to talk a little bit about videos and how to watch a video. And when you're watching a video and you're trying to learn something new, that it's not like watching a movie. You can't just fast forward through the part that you don't really want to get to. So when you're watching a video, whether it's a learning video that I'm going to put up here or something that you find online or Khan Academy, it doesn't matter. You have to do a few things. The first thing is, it's still math. And when you're doing math, you're going to need something to write on and something to write with. So as I'm going through an example problem, you should be pausing it and trying the example problem on your own. If you've never seen a problem like this before, you should take a minute to look at the problem and see what we're trying to ask. And then after that, identify how far you can get on your own. And then after you've done that, then hit the play button again, and then you'll start to see how we go through this. And then if it lines up with your work, great. If your work is slightly different, but you end up with the same result, maybe you found an alternative way to do it. And I really encourage you to find different ways to do math problems. Whenever I do a video, whenever I'm watching a video and I'm trying to learn something, there's multiple times that I'm pausing it. And when you pause it and you do your own work and then compare it to what's being done on the board, then that should make sense to you. Or you might need to go back and rewind and say, what was that? I don't understand that little piece of it. And you can reply to some of these videos and say, hey, Mr. St. George, looking at your video at about 2 minutes and 17 seconds in, you said something about rationalizing the denominator. I don't really know how to do that. Could you clarify what you mean there? And then I can make a comment back to you in the comments underneath the video. The Khan Academy videos have multiple comments underneath them because people have already picked through them and had questions about them and said, I don't understand this. Can you explain this further? And so if you're using those as a reference, as kind of a foundation of where you are standing, then you can build up from there. Additionally, there's going to be lots of assignments. And when I'm giving you an assignment, I want you to do it. And then as you're doing the assignment, you should recognize if it's correct or not. And then what I'll do is I'll post some examples where I'll have done some of the assignment for you, and just check those answers to make sure they're correct. If you have any questions, you can get a hold of me on by Remind, and it's easy to text. So if you're in my honors discrete class, it's going to be at SG discrete. If you're in my AFM class, it's at SGAFM. And if you're in my Math 1 class, it's going to be at SG Math 1, and you're going to text that to the number 81010. So if you're watching a video and you're struggling with something, you can send something on Remind and say, hey, Mr. St. George, I have a question on this video, 2 minutes, 17 seconds in, you said something, I'm not sure what that is. I can try to clarify it for you. What I'll normally do is go to the video, I'll make a comment in the video, and then I'll respond to you saying, hey, check out that video. I've made a suggestion in the comments. So there's lots of different growing things that we're going to have to do over the next few weeks. But I think if you start off by thinking this is going to be something that's a little bit different, but some of you are going to go to college pretty soon, and when you do, you're going to do a lot of distance learning. There's going to be a lot of classes that are online, and so this should kind of get you incorporated into something like that. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to text me using these different ways to get a hold of me and remind, or you can email me. My email is sangeos@gcsnc.com. I really miss seeing you guys every day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at some point in the future. And until that time, look at these videos and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.